Does anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question?
Stuart,
Yes?
can you talk about um, our resistance to, I don't know that we call it so much progress, but mm, when you start to see that kind of everything has to be rebuilt from the beginning, when you look at yourself in practice, um, and then there's resistance to, I don't know, the next step, the next, or where we're go- I don't know how to explain it, but you know.
I'll answer a question that's not a question. Look, we resist everything that requires change. I mean, did you ever go into a pharmacy and you got to change your toothpaste or change some kind of cream that you use, or you can stand there for a half hour making yourself crazy trying to figure out how to move forward with a new toothpaste. I mean, people are really conservative inside. They like the familiar. They like even if the familiar is killing them. I mean, alcoholics love booze, and the booze is killing them. It's familiar. It deadens them, keeps them from having to think about life, or quiets maybe some of the tension inside. And meanwhile, it's ripping and tearing their bodies apart. People, become familiar because they live in a habituate manner. And it's very difficult to change. We have to go through a lot of inner turmoil when we change. And that's just part of, life, I mean, and the kind of change I talk about is an internal change. You understand? It's getting free of functioning in some kind of robotic way inside ourselves, that refuses to move on because we're familiar with whatever it is that's going on inside us and around us. And it takes a monumental effort to fix that. And yet, change is essential in life. The newness that comes with change refreshes us inside ourselves. The whole new level of creativity that we tap when our energy changes inside enables us to truly get free of old patterns of behavior, old ways we have conditioned ourselves to live, and old ways we have become so comfortable with that we have a difficulty truly undergoing profound inner change. The change is essential. I mean, nature teaches that. I mean, look, where I live, there are four seasons, and that change, although nature does it with a lot of sophistication, nature knows how to let go. Human beings have a very difficult time letting go. Sometimes people exist in relationships for 20, 30 years only because they're incapable of letting go. People hold on to certain kind of jobs that they do that they're bored to tears in, and they become almost robotic when they do those jobs, but they have a very difficult time of letting go. of going deep enough in themselves where they can transform a particular level of life they are living on into something of a higher nature, something that refreshes their chemistry inside, that gives them a newness about living, a different and maybe more profound reason to wake up in the morning and do their day. Uh, it's all habit. It's all the way we're conditioned from very early ages to live. And it all has to do with this thing in us that says, no, I have to move on. I once wrote a book called Moving On, finding happiness in a changed world. And I think this is really the key to it. We can't spend our lives being stuck in conditioned behavior, patterns that we have built for years that keep us from truly refreshing our inner life, finding a newness about ourselves and the world that we live in. And I think, uh, look, I don't know, I mean, it works for me. I mean, I get tired of the same old stuff, and I'm living in my life. I never dream. Here I am living at this age. They're working to promote a book I've written and dealing with people all over the world and podcasts and this and that. I mean, it's been unbelievable, the newness that has taken place. And I also understand how it takes a little bit of guts to do something new in your life, something fresh in your life, something that's not part of the ordinary way of living. And it takes some kind of need to truly get past oneself. And that's what change is all about. I mean, look, people in advertising know about this. It's always the new this. They have these products that are 50 years old and they're always talking about the new this, the new this, the new this, you know? And I think it's important that we learn about the new us. The new us. What part have we not, open to yet inside ourselves? What part of us can refresh our lives and take us to another level of living in our lives that can give us a more creative way to live the day? And people, they cling to what's familiar. And to me, that's very scary. Clinging to what is familiar. Instead of taking a step into the unknown, opening to new levels of creativity. And people are remarkable, they have so much creativity in themselves that is just buried there, that they never tap. And almost everybody is looking for a comfortable world. And I honestly believe there is no such thing as a comfortable world. Life will always bug us. It will always make things a little bit uncomfortable. As I say all the time, we need that because that makes us work on ourselves. And when we change, we go through kind of a void and there's nothing to hold on to. And that scares the hell out of people. And yet, if you open to higher energy, you can hold on to higher energy and allow it to nurture you and build you until you step across the void into some kind of metaphorical promised land that exists inside you. I mean, the whole, like all of this Easter and Passover and these kind of celebrations are all about doing what I'm talking about. That's what in beneath the lines that are written in the Old and New Testament, it's all about coming out of Egypt, slavery, resurrecting, Christ. We're resurrecting ourselves. We're resurrecting ourselves. We are giving birth to ourselves. It's kind of an immaculate conception when we go through these changes and we're willing to cross the void, spend 40 days and nights in the desert, opening to God and asking for help to move to a whole new level in life. And there are two people in this session here that can do this exactly the same. Everybody is unique. Everybody has a unique journey. But people have to find what opens the door to spiritual enlightenment. Where is the door? How do I open it? What is my journey? That's change. Even little changes bring about these kinds of realizations. And probably the eighth deadly sin is learning how to be comfortable. It really, it stops the whole process. Satisfaction is probably the eighth deadly sin. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's the answer I came up with. God bless you for the question. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to ask? Good question, brought a great answer. I'm listening myself. You think I don't have to go through what I talk about? I don't read about this in books. It comes from my life. I mean it. And just you develop another kind of ability and how to interpret very wise books. The Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, the Old New Testament. These books are written from a place that is so profound inside the writers that you almost have to touch the same place in yourself to begin to understand what they were really writing about. And to go to that place, we have to change. Something in us, we have to let go of something in us that's clogging up the flow. Does anyone else have a question they would like to?
Hey, Stuart. Um, so uh, I'm having these new headaches. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I liked what you were saying about the void, though, just now.
Look, Heidi, you want your headache to go away? Really, you know what the medicine is? Just open your heart. Open your heart there. This has been one of your struggles since the day I met you. Open your heart. Accept that you can love and be loved. You can live and be a happy person, and your headache will go away and might never come back if you can live that way. So you won't be so tight and you don't create these headaches for yourself. It's not really a headache, it's a heartache. And when the heart opens, all of that stuff, it begins to flow. It just flows down. And what's killing you up here begins to give you life because you let it move through the chakra system. It becomes chi, it becomes harmony, balance, it becomes an open heart, it becomes love. And you begin to free yourself of the one person who's creating all these problems, you. And all it is opening your heart.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, on the other side of you, Heidi, is this extraordinary person. Extraordinary. And you have yet to begin to tap the real creativity inside yourself. It's beginning. You know, this headache is maybe the beginning of it. And to tap the real creativity in yourself, I see it. And I'm waiting for you to get past that tightness in you, that holding on, that like a fear of changing inside yourself.
Yeah, it felt like it just, this headache felt different. So it's just like this crystal stuff going on. Yeah.
Okay. Just like yourself, dear.
Thank you.
So you're okay, you know. I like you. You're okay. Does anyone else have a question? Okay, if there are no more questions, there'll be meditation tomorrow evening at 7:30. And this class will be on Thursday at 1 o'clock. And please do me a favor, if you can find a little time, send that podcast out to your friends. I don't know who it would affect and who's going to hear it, but it might bring more people to this meditation class, more people that can learn about themselves and grow spiritually. And that's what this is all about. You understand? It's really trying to, open and, kind of let people know that there is something in life that can help them to truly get past the things that are really bothering them inside. So do me a favor and just send it out to friends, to relatives, and who knows what'll come back. I don't know. But God bless you all. Thank you for being here, and thank you for attending these classes. And I always tell you, I grow because of this also. And it's your presence here that really enables me to tap much deeper resources in myself. That's the responsibility of a teacher, not to teach from the same level all the time, but to go deeper inside, find a newness about the work and a deeper energy and quality about the work. So thank you and bless you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
God bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.